Hello, everybody. I'm back on. Hey, you guys, I went to church, had a great time. The Lord is really moving in this day and time. But I just wanted to get on because I stopped by Costco and picked up some things. And I thought maybe I'll get back on a little later to tell you guys a little bit about my experience. For one, normally me and my husband would go to Costco together. For two, I have to ask people, can you put this water in the basket for me and can you put this water in the car for me? Because my back tends to have some issues every now and then. So, long story short, usually you have your spouse there to pick up the heavy water. Another moment to say, don't take life for granted, your loved ones for granted, because just the little simple things like that, not having them to put the water in the car, take the groceries out the car, let alone, when you go to Costco, you spend money and you don't have that extra income that you had when your spouse was here. So I just wanted to hop on and say that the guy that helped me with my water, he said, "What are you doing the rest of the day?" I said, "Well, I'm doing nothing. I recently lost my husband and it's just me now. So I'm just going to go home." So he said, "Well, what happened to him?" One question that you really are not supposed to ask. But anyway, um, he went to ask me. So I went to explain to him what happened, and he said sorry. And then after that, he said, "Well, how did you guys meet?" And I thought, wow, that's the number one question that you can ask the widow. And you will be amazed at how she just lights up when you say, "How did you guys meet?" So that's one question you can ask the widows, even if you've known them or if you haven't known them. You don't necessarily know how they met. Me and my husband met at the airport. We both worked at the airport. I was a cabin cleaner. He was an aircraft fueler. And we met at the airport. And so it just brought up some great memories of when we met and how we met. And so that's something that you can say to the widow. Watch and see how she lights up. Even if you're talking to her on the phone, just say, "Well, how did you guys meet?" And that is not making it feel like your whole marriage and your whole marriage was just this big dream that has passed along. Always talk about your spouse. Always. I talk about my husband every day, all day. I believe some people get tired, but I don't care. I'm going to talk about my husband. So just wanted to hop on and say that, and also remind you guys not to take your loved ones for granted. I heard another guy at the store saying, "I'm not going to the next store with you." I remember those days when my husband used to be like, "I'm not fixing to go follow you around all these stores." But now I miss that, and seeing other couples at the store shopping and complaining. And again, don't take your spouse for granted. Not to say you have to do everything that you want them to do, but just be a little bit more loving and considerate. Also, I was speaking with a friend last night, and she had to do some things that she wanted her husband to do with her. And she just mentioned to me, almost like, you better be glad that, you're lucky you don't have your husband to get on your nerve anymore. And I thought, wow,